Okay. It's still cold. And my coffee is now, like, gone. As you know, I like to do a couple of videos a day when I actually get a chance. Another subject that is... One second. A friend of mine. Hold on a second. Sorry. I'm just going to make you wait a sec. Do you know my phone does not actually have YouTube in it as the auto dictionary? There we go. Okay. Now, sorry about that. The stereotype of online gaming. Okay. I've heard the best of the best. I come up with better insults than what these guys do, and I can assure you it is so old and so original. And you know what is so frustrating is these, and I will openly admit this, the older gamers don't care. The guys that are in, like, their sort of mid-20s up, sit back and go, it's a female. Like, get over it. Like, don't get me wrong, there are some guys that are, like, in their 30s that will sit back and go, they get all excited and squealy. But you get these just, like, little teenage kids. Like, one of the games that I like playing is Dota. And I'm pretty sure that there was a video circulating around of that I played with STS. And it's a Dota game called Here Kitty Kitty and Friends. My phone's vibrating. My phone's vibrating on my empty biscuit jar or tin or container, whatever you want to call it. It just sounded really weird just then. I don't know if you heard that. But it's called, like, Here Kitty Kitty with Friends. And I absolutely love playing the game. I reckon it's great. It's good fun. Except when you get these little turds that play. That are, like, really, really, really just frustrating. Very frustrating. I am entitled to use the mic in an online game just like the guy sitting next to me, or the person that is across the other side of the world, or just any form of anything, okay? This is what amazes me. You can be going really, really well at the game, all of a sudden they start getting annoyed because they're losing or they're not being able to play. It's like Counter-Strike as well. I play Counter-Strike, I play Rage, I play Left 4 Dead, I play... hang on. Stuff. I'm not going through all that. Anyhow, it's alright, I just right click. Anybody who knows about the online gaming, I just right click my Steam and, like, these games came up. Okay. You've got all this just generalized stereotypes of guys that think it's okay to degrade a female over a game. Okay? We've heard it all. We know it all. We've been there. We deal with it day in, day out. What you guys don't know how to deal with is when we give it back to you. Okay? I had this kid that was just like a little chihuahua. He was telling me to get back in the kitchen, to do this, to do that, to do this, and whatever. Like, you're a slut, you're a whore, you're a this, you're a everything else you can come across. I was waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting because I sat back and I'm thinking to these guys that I was gaming with in this group, because obviously with the random matchmaking just decides to put you with one asshole, and it doesn't matter how old this asshole is, it's either he thinks he's a pro or he's just a prick. It's just the way that it works. Now, sorry, my language is very out there at the moment and I do apologize for that, but the exact phrasing was, "Suck my dick, bitch." Now, let me be very specific. Never say that to a female on an online game, because in Dota, and I know this is for a fact, there is 5 people on a team, which means that there is myself that you are abusing, plus you, plus 3 other people who you may not know if you're in a solo search, or if you're in a team, or whichever. Let me be abundantly clear. A female will shut you down like this. Then you've got the other 3 guys to deal with that are laughing at your ass because you just got it handed to you by somebody who not only is probably playing the game better than you, but has just completely shut you down verbally in one sentence when you have been slamming them for about 10-15 minutes. The exact phrase was, "Suck my dick, bitch." After about a second, I sat back and I held my mic down and I basically said to him, "No thank you, I'm into meals, not snacks, but if I get peckish I'll let you know." The uproar of laughter on the team I was on, yeah, it was, yeah. I've had people type globally, "You so-and-so, you this," the most colourful language you can come across, absolutely being complete and utter not very nice people, being insulting, degrading and all this sort of stuff. And I sit there and I think I could come up with some better material than you. With me saying that about the girls, like guys insulting females that actually do want to play online games, okay, I've had the best of the best. I've heard it all. I've been called so much that I just sit back sometimes and I think, have you got anything new to come up with? Like, I heard this 8-9 years ago. I was saying this expression at school at like 19 years ago. Oof, that's scary. Okay, like, you swallowed the textbook of the teenage book of insults that went out of date like in 1990. It's just, you've got to come up with some new stuff when you're trying to insult someone. Seriously, I can come up with some really great stuff over the, like, just, and it doesn't even have to be an insult. Okay, I remember one of these battle things we were having on Global because the guys on our team were carrying on going, "Oh, it's because we've got a female," or like, no, they were on the other team, that's right, they were on the other team. They were spelling completely different to Australians, obviously, because they used Z's instead of S's, they used, like, E's instead of I's, like, it's just backwards. But anyhow, this one comment came over of something that I can't remember at this point in time. I didn't screenshot it, so I don't know how to do all that sort of stuff. Oh, well, I do know how to screenshot, but not show you that. And has, like, this thing come across, and this is an Australian server. Okay, I want to make this abundantly clear. Okay, abundantly clear. I never use the C word unless it is absolutely warranted. And there is like no, you should never ever use it, because it is, the meaning of it is absolutely derogatory to the point where it is just disgusting. But for those of you, especially gamers, gamers will know. Gamers will know that word like the back of their hand. They will sit back and go, oh yeah, this person was a, that was it. It's going through. And then this guy comes along and he just goes, something about the spelling or the English, or did you go to school, or did you do this? Like, I'm sitting there just, and girls will wait. Girls are so patient. And because he came up with the exact phrase, right? He goes, but I am an American. Okay, an Australian server, okay? Australian senses of humour are a lot different. I want to stipulate this before I say what I said next. Okay? You come onto an Australian server, you disrespect the people that are on that server, you disrespect the female, let alone, and guys are very protective of females in Australia. I will just make that abundantly clear. Because I'd only typed like 3 sentences in this entire spiel for like the 25 minutes. Then this guy decides to go, but something along the lines of, I am an American, because it came up to do with the spelling. It was down to the grammatical, like grammar argument, okay, of the way they were spelling. And I said, and this, sir, is why you are a C ... The silence was deafening. And this is the thing. You guys, just trust me, don't argue with a female. Don't do it. Even in online games, it's just, yeah. And females don't argue with other females. I will tell you this now. I made a girl rage quit. And gamers will know what I'm talking about. Dota made the girl rage quit before the countdown had even started to the 30 seconds till battle. Made her rage quit. Because the guy, I typed to her, she was playing a character that I play and can play, and I enjoy playing. And I said to her, do you know how to play this character in mid? Then she made this statement going, oh my gosh, why don't you guys just leave me? She held the mic down, mind you, okay? I can't do her voice, because the voice that I'm about to do, you will probably just do exactly what every other guy did and just laugh. This is what raged her out of the server. She's put on that really posh, I'm a girl, don't pick on me, don't pick on me, don't pick on me, this, that, that. And I do apologise for the stereotype that I'm about to use as well. Okay, and everyone will understand this as soon as I start. This went on for like about 15 seconds, and I typed to her and I said, all I asked was, do you know how to do, because I was in the middle of having a coffee, eating my food, eating my lunch. And I said, do you know how to play this character mid? And she goes, oh my god, this, and I've just gone, and there was a couple of the guys that have just gone, you know what? Do it, kitty. That was it. Do it. So I held the mic down, I've gone, oh my god, like seriously? You want to try and hang it on me? I just don't want to do that. Oh my god, it's like so unfair. You're being so nasty to me. This went on to the point where every time she hit the mic down, I put that tone on my voice on. Just to display to her as to how annoying she was by speaking the way she was. She thought she was the only female on the server. Let me get this abundantly clear. Majority of my friends list that I game with on most of the games are females. But these females don't use girl handles, as they call them. Or girly names. My handle's Hunter, for goodness sake. Like, it just... I go under Hunter. That's my handle. There's another girl that goes under, I think it's like Flying Assassin or Ninja Assassin or something. Hang on, let me have a look. There's ... There's Aces. There's Conqueror. Who have we got out? Oh, Girly Pants is Girly Pants, because I like Girly Pants, she's cute. Like, there's others, there's Parkers, there's Shaman, there's a Tiger Stripe Sniper. Like, I could keep going and going and going. And I can assure you, there is a lot more female players than what guys like to think. So next time when you get headshot, okay, from the other side of the map when you're playing Counter-Strike, just think like who the sniper is, because women have a different way of thinking as to guys have a way of thinking, which is why the blended teams I used to play with in CSS worked really well. But getting back onto the topic of this, okay, guys will insult females for females trying to give males advice by playing a game. They go, shut up, you don't know what you're talking about. Guess what? 9 times out of 10, if we've said something, it's because we have a rough idea of how it is going to pan out. If it goes sour, then we go, okay, well that didn't work. What could we do next? Unlike some of the people who play the rolling potato sniper, as I like to call him, he's a, like, I go rolling potato, because he's a but it's, you can have fun, you can play the games, and it's about time that you guys realized, okay, what you say does have an impact, and it affects a person's gaming. When you're a female and you're a gamer and you use the mic for communication, especially in a game like Dota, okay, especially in a game like Counter-Strike, it's a double-edged sword. You can't sit there and type everything all the time. Like, you can use the chat wheels, you can use like your just don't even say anything kind of things and just mute everyone and turn your music on, which is, some servers you get that these guys will not let up, and it's just easier to play your own game. It really is. Now, the worst enemy to make is a female gamer, and I will stress this, because for that one female gamer, she has about 10 guys that at any given time will stand up for her if they're on the same server. Now, that's only on the friends list, okay? Now let's make this abundantly clear. It's a pack mentality. It only takes one guy to say something to defend a female, then all of a sudden, if you are what you call solo queuing, okay, so you've got, we're just using Dota as an example, like, because I really like playing Dota. Okay, I'm queued with a friend of mine. You are solo queued and you start calling me all the S's, W's, and thunder whatever's under the sun, and the person I'm queued with goes, give it a rest, or like, that's so uncalled for. Like, you've never seen a chick play Dota before, you've never seen this, you've never seen that. Then all of a sudden it gives the other 2 guys the invitation to go, well, this isn't right. Whose side are we on? Like, who? Like, dude, just play the game. Oh, but she's a... Dude, play the game. I've heard it happen. I've seen it happen. I've dealt with it. I have mediated crap. I had one girl who, like, I really, just this one game, I was just so over it. I'd been queued 4 times, each and every time the games had either abandoned or failed to load, and any person who knows how to separate the it's annoying. So when you finally get to like the 5th game and it loads in and all you've got is these little teeny bopping twit bags that think, I'm gonna act cool and hang it on the female. Okay? I can't remember what character I was playing. I play that many of them, I just don't give a damn anymore. And I was playing a character, and this girl's like, oh, I'm so sorry, I missed it, I missed this, I missed that. Like, she was playing some hero where you have to have basically an advanced judgment. Okay, like, it's like playing Pudge. You've got to know roughly where the person's going to be when you hook. When you can't see, when you're hooking up onto blind ground or fog ground or whatever, high ground, whichever you want to look at it. You need to strategically place this particular ability ahead of what you're about to do. So if you're like, because when I play Marana, if I know that this guy's running away and he has to go past this specific area to get to the other side so he's back on his side, I can throw Marana's second ability and go thump and kill it. Because I have judged it, because I know it's going to take, in the trigonometry scale of things, okay, my triangle, that from him to run from here to there, I need to throw the arrow on the diagonal to get him when he gets to here. That was like the worst example of a triangle I think I have ever used in my life. But it is still the same, okay? I know that if he's running from here and he is going to be here in about 3 seconds from his movement speed, whichever direction it's going, I need to position myself in a position where I can throw the second ability to go to here. Now, that is very hard to do for people who do not play characters of that sort. With saying that, this guy finds the audacity to yell abuse at this girl. It got to the point where I had an absolute gutful of it, and the first thing I did was hold my mic down and just go, just mute him. He is even pissing me off. And all of a sudden, this other girl does the exact same thing. She goes, I know. She said, I am so over it. There was 3 girls. 3 on a team of 5. So us 3 muted him, and then used the other guy that was queued with him to be the mediation person or the translating person, because we'd all muted him. We'd had enough of him. So all 3 of us started playing our own game and left these 2 by themselves. So what ends up happening is you have this separation in the team. If you don't want that, don't hang it on a female player, because you don't know who the female players are. You don't know what they look like. You're only placing a judgment on a stereotype of the Coke bottle glasses and the geeky little girl who couldn't get any friends or a boyfriend or whatnot. Times have changed. I know bombshells who play online games. And believe me, I wouldn't be speaking down to them trying to act cool. I'd be trying to like woo them over, because there's girls that you just look at and go, holy crap, like, is that really you? And this is where the difficulty lies, because guys will hang it on girls because they play online games because they're easier to blame. Oh, it's because we've got a girl on the team. Oh, it's because of this. Oh, it's because of that. It's no different to when you're in a general side. I don't even use my mic, and it's the support's fault. No, it is not. Look at yourself before you start insulting everybody else. If the rest of the team is going, don't go there, It's not because there's a female on the team. It's not because the support is letting you down. It's not because the wards are there. It is because you are acting like a freaking tool. You are running in, waving a freaking stick like you're damn well Zorro, and going, I'm going to run into the middle of 4 other players and then blame the rest of the team because they weren't there. Logic? I think not. Online gaming is online gaming. If you are on a team, it doesn't matter if you've got teamed up with females, it doesn't matter if you got teamed up with gay people, it doesn't matter if you got teamed up with the purple people eater, it doesn't matter if you got teamed up with the dog that has the ability to just mine into the computer and play the game. Who cares? Okay? You guys need to start thinking. And I'm not just saying guys as in males in general. I am talking about the online gaming community. It is a big community. There are women everywhere. There are girls everywhere. There is games that are solely targeted for female players that males play. You know how funny it is when you're playing a game and then all of a sudden you hear this guy's voice come over and you're like, damn, I'm liking this. But see, girls just have a different perception. It's like, oh, how long have you been playing for? Not this, oh my god, you're a guy. You're the reason we're losing. Get off the game and get off this. And guys are so quick to grab the female's characters because their little avatar jumps up and down and like the boobs wiggle and all that sort of stuff. But you get an actual female gamer who's playing the game and all of a sudden all hell breaks loose. I don't understand the logic. I really don't. I'm sorry, but I don't. You want to play a game that is one of the biggest, online gaming is one of the biggest communities you can come across. Because let's face it, we are a technologically advanced world. We strive to create new technology every day. Gaming is one thing that, yes, it does update and yes, it does change to a degree, but it all stays the same. The universal controls for the majority of the games are W, A, S, and D. Forward, back, side to side. Click, click. Dota's like click, 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 click. Like you swear you're gonna get RSI and like your fingers and all that sort of stuff. But it's about the way it. You can't judge a person based on what you think personally. Okay? You can have a really, really ugly sounding girl that sounds like she's got bronchitis or whatever and is losing her voice, or maybe has a very deep voice for a female. And she could be the biggest bombshell that you can come across, but because you are judging her based on what you hear, don't get me wrong, I actually like judging people on what I hear. Because it gives me an idea as to their personality. And majority of the time when I listen to guys on the game, they are nothing but assholes. Go figure. If you want to be nasty and you want to pick a fight, don't go online and do it, because there are people who have committed suicide because they have been abused in a game. You don't know that person from a bar of soap. You don't know what they've been through. You don't know their story, and you sure as hell don't know their background. So you need to keep in mind when you decide that the first moment that you hit that mic button, whether it be on your mouse or on your keyboard, and you are ready to insult the crap out of a person, stop and think. How would you feel if you sat there and said, oh, it's like, and there is some really derogatory comments that I am not going to say due to the fact that I just have it's not even worth repeating. But there are things that they say like, oh, doesn't your mummy love you? Doesn't your daddy love you? That's the platonic side of it. Okay? You've got daddy issues, you've got mummy issues. How do you know that that person's mother hasn't abandoned them? How do you know that that person's mother didn't die from something that they couldn't control? How do you know that they haven't lived their life with guilt because the parent passed away while they were being born? I know people like this, by the way, who do online gaming. And with their permission, yes, I have used these examples. Okay? So you need to think. Stop and think. Especially when you are 15 years old and think you are invincible and know everything. Think about this. If you look back on yourself when you get to my age, you look back on yourself that 15 year ago and think, what would I have said to, like, what would I say to myself if I was saying this? I know this is probably just going to be laughed at and made out to be a joke, and to be honest, I really don't care. Because someone that you know is going to watch this after you go, oh my god, watch this, like seriously, listen to this crap. And they're going to go, well, she has a fair point. You're not going to tell some kid that's in like the system that their parents don't love them. You don't even know why they're there. You're not going to tell the most derogatory comments to the kids that are who have been mistreated in their home environment, so they've been placed in different homes, that there was like make a suggestive comment as to something bad happening to them. You don't know their story. You don't know where they've come from. And that could be enough to make them sit back and go, well, you know what? I've had enough. I found, like, just be very careful. That's all you gotta do. And think about what you're saying. Like, yes, everyone has a bad day and a bad game, and it's like if you can resolve it towards the end of it, after the raging's finished and you've got it out of your system, good stuff. But if you want to play the game and be an absolute jackass and sit there and insult every damn person and then blame a female for being on your team, just think. The gaming community is dominated by females. So guaranteed, that female you're hanging it on is not the only female on the server. Keep it in mind when you go to rage and when you go to say stuff and you go to talk crap out your backside. Make sure you don't open yourself up to be completely slammed and shut down by a female. Love you all. Toodles.